You're about to hear the most epic sheriff warning ever delivered. Sheriff Wayne Ivey just said what every American is thinking. Here's exactly what he promised violent protesters.
We invite people to share their opinions. That's what our country is all about. The key word in that is peaceful. And if it's peaceful, us in law enforcement are going to make sure you have a safe environment to do it in. That's part of that process. If you let it turn violent, whoo! You do not want to do that in Brevard County. I'm going to tell you that, and I believe I can speak for my fellow sheriffs around the rest of the state. You don't want to let it happen. And just so there's no confusion, because I don't want to hear any whining later saying we didn't know, I'm going to break it down for you, all right? Because as you watch these riots unfold across the rest of the country, what you are seeing is buildings being burned down, police cars being bricked, having explosive devices thrown on them, having fire, guns pointed at them, bricks thrown at them, all and on. So I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tired, because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail. If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at, because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play.
Now compare this to how Democrats handle rioters. While the Los Angeles rioters threw Molotov cocktails and burned flags, Democrats blamed Trump instead of the criminals. Mayor Bass called ICE enforcement sowing terror, but not Sheriff Ivey. He said this has got to stop. No more attacks on police officers just for doing their jobs. No more obstructionists standing in the way of law and order. This is what real law and order looks like. And he's standing with ICE agents. This is the complete opposite of Democrats who attack ICE. This is how law enforcement should work everywhere. So the simple message, obey the law or face the consequences. How is that so complicated? Peaceful protests are welcome. Everyone should have that right. But violence should not be tolerated. Every sheriff in America should deliver this same message. This is how you stop riots before they start. Like and share this video if you want sheriffs like Wayne Ivey everywhere. Let me know if your sheriff is this tough in the comments. So Sheriff Wayne Ivey's stance is what real law and order looks like, not the Democrat weakness that encourages violence against the police. So the core message of this story is strong sheriffs who support ICE and promise brutal consequences for violence can prevent the chaos we saw in Democrat-run LA, because you see more of what you reward. And this is the part where you let us know your thoughts. How do you think your local police would handle rioters throwing Molotov cocktails and burning American flags? And do you think there should be consequences for Mayor Bass and Governor Newsom for siding with violent rioters over law enforcement? What should happen to elected officials who encourage this? And if you're current or former law enforcement, how does it feel watching Democrats defend people who throw rocks and Molotov cocktails at officers? If you are in the police or military, I want your perspective. And if you haven't seen the story about the Democrat rep who tried to incite the National Guards to disobey Trump's orders, that video is next.